Hey there, welcome back to our channel where we discuss everything about anime and manga. Today we will be talking about one of the most popular character in One Piece, Zoro,
煙突に刺さってた。
and how he learned to infuse Conqueror's Haki into his three-sword style with Enma in Onigashima. Many people still think that Enma is Zoro's power-up, but nothing really indicates that his growth came from anywhere but himself. So let's dive into this simple power progression and how Zoro learned to do it himself. To understand how Zoro learned to infuse Conqueror's Haki into his three-sword style with Enma in Onigashima, we need to start with Enma's unique ability. Enma absorbs any and all Haki leaking from the user and does not hold it permanently. It can be taken back if you pass a certain threshold. Until that threshold is met, the more Haki Zoro used, the more Enma took from him. That's why holding Enma without the intention to attack is fine, and a burst of Conqueror's Haki could undo the arm draining. However, Zoro did this unintentionally. So how did Zoro learn to infuse Conqueror's Haki into his three-sword style? It all started on the rooftop, where Zoro willingly channels all of his Haki into his sword for a one-sword style attack, but unwillingly leaks Conqueror's Haki. He apparently has been doing this for his strongest attacks quite often. However, Enma absorbs it from him, infusing this into his attack. And this is step 1. In step 2, Zoro does the same thing, only now focusing his Haki throughout all three swords. Unintentionally, Enma channels it all. Now when the attack lands, Enma is able to cut Kaido. That's why there is a single slice mark. In step 3, Zoro repeats the process again, only now more potent. Still gets channeled into Enma. However, by using Asura now, he is able to create the sensation of 3 Enmas. He scars Kaido when the attack lands, as now he is able to effectively infuse 3 sword style for triple the cutting power. In step 4, later in the fight with King, Zoro's normal attacks aren't able to get through his opponent's durability. The prior battles improved his Haki, but he is still unable to pass Enma's threshold without straining himself. So Enma keeps draining more than he is willing. If he isn't consistently outputting Conqueror's Haki into right arm, he's either putting it at risk or unable to damage King, and it throws him off. To overcome this, Zoro decides to exert more than enough to coat Enma and his other 2 swords, which his Asura attack shows he's capable of, though it takes great effort. Enma originally forced it out of him, but he wouldn't be able to infuse it into his other swords if he did not come to understand how to do it so quickly. So to sum it up, it's not leftover Haki from Oden in the sword, or boost from the curse or anything. Enma steals the user's Haki forcefully, and they have to get used to that sensation, or else they will face the consequences. So what does this mean for Zoro's power progression moving forward? Well, it seems that he has now a better understanding of how to infuse his Haki into his swordsmanship. However, it's important to note that he still has a lot of room for growth. In the fight against King, Zoro was only able to coat his 3-sword style with Conqueror's Haki for a short burst, and it took a lot of effort for him to do so. This suggests that he still needs to work on his Haki control and stamina in order to fully master this technique. Additionally, it's worth considering the role that Enma will continue to play in Zoro's growth. While it's true that Enma doesn't give Zoro any new abilities or powers on its own, but it does seems to be a useful tool for him to train his Haki with. By forcing Zoro to adapt to his draining effect, Enma has essentially acted as a training partner for Zoro, helping him to push his Haki to new levels. Of course, this isn't to say that Enma will be the only factor in Zoro's future power progression. As we have seen throughout the course of the series, Zoro is constantly striving to improve himself and his abilities. He is always seeking out new challenges and opponents to test his new skills against opponents, and he has never satisfied with simply maintaining the status of quo. It is this drive to always be better than anyone around him will likely push Zoro to new heights in the future. Overall, Zoro's experience with Enma during the Onigashima arc offers a fascinating glimpse into his growth as a swordsman and a Haki user. While it may not be the only factor in his power progression, it certainly seems to have played a significant role in helping him to develop Conqueror's Haki infused swordsmanship. As we look ahead to the future arcs and battles, it will be exciting to see how Zoro continues to evolve and improve, and how he utilizes the skills he has developed thus far. What are your thoughts about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, then definitely check out my other two videos over here, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more anime and manga related content like this. And that's it, and I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.